General Hospital spoilers reveal that Rick is making every effort to reconnect with Liz, and this is making him extremely anxious about the possibility of Lucky returning to Port Charles. Rick knows that if Lucky comes back, not only could Lucky and Elizabeth's relationship be rekindled, but the bond between them, as each other's first love, would overcome any obstacles. Therefore, Rick is doing everything in his power to prevent Lucky's return. With cunning strategies and sharp calculations, Rick may attempt to obstruct the search for Lucky, even manipulating important information to ensure that Lucky cannot fulfill his mission in Port Charles. Rick believes that only by keeping Lucky away can he truly have a chance to rebuild his relationship with Elizabeth and create a future with her. Lucky is facing an urgent and high-pressure situation, as he is the only one who can save his sister Lulu, who is in critical condition and in need of a liver transplant to survive. Lulu has been in a coma for many years, and now her health has worsened as her liver begins to fail. Lucky is the best match to donate his liver, but the biggest problem is that he has yet to return to Port Charles. Lulu's time is running out, and every minute counts in this race against death. Laura, their mother, is under immense pressure. She knows that Lucky's return is the only hope to save Lulu, and she will not let anything prevent their family from reuniting in this critical moment. Laura is using every possible method, from reaching out to old contacts, asking for help from friends and former colleagues, and even involving authorities to locate and bring Lucky back to Port Charles on time. As time ticks away, Laura becomes increasingly frantic, realizing that Lulu's remaining days may be numbered. In her desperation, she relentlessly searches for any information on Lucky's whereabouts, hoping to find him before it's too late. Lucky is not only Lulu's last hope for survival, but his return is also key to restoring the Spencer family's unity during this difficult time. The race against time becomes even more intense as Laura's efforts face numerous setbacks. But with the determination of a mother, Laura refuses to accept failure. She knows that if Lucky doesn't make it back in time, not only will Lulu lose her chance to live, but the family will suffer an irreplaceable loss. Laura is fighting every second to bring her son home in time, hoping that Lucky can complete the mission of saving his sister, and that they can face this looming tragedy together as a family. A shocking truth has come to light. Rick is the mastermind behind Lucky's kidnapping. This not only adds a dramatic twist to the story, but also reveals the extent of Rick's ruthlessness in his attempt to keep Elizabeth by his side. Rick knows that Lucky's return would shatter his relationship with Elizabeth, as the deep feelings between Elizabeth and Lucky have always persisted. To prevent this, Rick secretly planned Lucky's abduction and kept him in a distant location, ensuring that Lucky wouldn't make it back to Port Charles in time to save Lulu and reunite with Elizabeth. With Lulu in desperate need of a liver transplant, Rick understands that Lucky's return would be the salvation for the Spencer family. But instead of allowing Lucky to fulfill his duty, Rick chose a dark path, deliberately keeping Lucky far from Port Charles. Rick is willing to go to any lengths to make sure Lucky cannot return and disrupt his carefully crafted plan to reconcile with Elizabeth. This revelation explains much of Rick's strange behavior in recent times. From continually meddling in Elizabeth's life to deliberately causing confusion about Lucky's whereabouts, it was all part of his plan to keep Lucky away and ensure that he couldn't fulfill his responsibility to Lulu. Rick, with his cunning and meticulously calculated schemes, has delved deep into this dangerous game, regardless of the severe consequences it might bring not only to the Spencer family, but also to Elizabeth herself. The story is reaching a tense climax, as the truth about Rick's dark plot is gradually uncovered. Will Elizabeth realize soon that Rick has ruthlessly betrayed her? And can Lucky escape his captivity and return to Port Charles before it's too late to save Lulu? These questions are setting the stage for a major showdown, as the truth comes to light and tensions rise to a breaking point. When Elizabeth discovers the shocking truth that Rick is behind Lucky's kidnapping, she immediately decides to report the situation to Sunny and Jason. This decision not only marks a turning point in the fight against Rick's schemes, but also thrusts the entire storyline into a new, dangerous whirlwind. Sunny and Jason, who already have a complicated history with Rick, now face an unimaginable betrayal from Sunny's half-brother. Rick's decision to kidnap Lucky is not only an attack against the Spencer family, but also a direct threat to Sunny and Jason, as Rick is using every manipulative tactic to achieve his selfish goals. The tension reaches a boiling point as Jason, known for his decisiveness and loyalty to his friends, becomes furious and ready to take action to rescue Lucky. Jason understands the critical importance of bringing Lucky back to Port Charles to save Lulu, and Rick's actions have made the situation more dangerous than ever. For Sunny, this isn't just a family conflict, but an opportunity to confront Rick and put an end to his series of schemes once and for all. This new wave of madness has thrown everything into chaos. Sunny and Jason, with their determination and experience in dealing with dangerous situations, begin to formulate a plan to safely bring Lucky home, while also exposing Rick's deceitful actions. Meanwhile, Elizabeth struggles with conflicting emotions as she comes to terms with the truth about the man she once trusted. She could never have imagined that Rick would betray her and cause such severe harm. The situation becomes even more intense as Sunny and Jason's next steps involve not only rescuing Lucky, but also facing Rick in a no-holds-barred confrontation. Secrets and schemes start to unravel, and the story plunges deeper into a whirlwind of revenge, betrayal, and the fight to protect their loved ones.